Okay, are you ready? So also have the microphone in the case that okay. Welcome back to the afternoon class. Today actually in the morning we should discuss this first, but your friend have some issue that she cannot come and present to us. So I take charge a little bit to maybe recap for you because I'm scared. Next time please bring this handout with you. So when your friend do some presentation, you can understand. But like okay, for the investment decision, normally maybe you have some chance to study this again with some other subject, for example, financial subject. But for this, we study about it seems like you don't like to see it again, right? For when we're talking about investment, actually it's very important for CEO and for entrepreneur because when, of course, when you would like to gain profit, you need to invest something. But before you invest something, you need to think, you need to make decision. How you make decision, that is very important. So we will discuss a little bit in terms of business decision making to invest in business, right? Okay. So what do you think about time to invest? What does it mean time to invest? So we have microphone. We discuss a little bit before we go further about investment. So what does it mean time to invest? What do you think? Just say something, maybe three words. Time to invest. What does it mean? Time to invest. In terms of you are entrepreneur, you are CEO.
Yeah. To manage the time,
Yes.
to uh,
Yeah, she said about manage
uh,
time. Time to invest. You are as CEO. You have to think something. Time to invest. Maybe don't think anything. Just invest. Even the time. You have to think about like a economics person or economist. Think about opportunity cost, right? Yeah. Give the microphone. This is a magic microphone.
Oh,
Time to speak. Time to invest. What does it mean? Time to speak. Time to invest in your perspective.
when we see the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
on this business or other business,
Yeah.
like a stock, when we have to invest in the stock, we
Mm-hmm.
have to know about the price. If
Mm-hmm.
the price is, if we are agreed at that price, that is time to invest.
Yeah. So the time to invest maybe invest in terms of direct investment or indirect investment. For indirect investment, maybe portfolio, like he said about investment in stock market. But it means it's opportunity now or not to take the time to invest now or maybe later, right? You have to think something about. How about Amin? What do you think about time to invest?
Mm, I think that it's more in, the thing that we it's better to invest than to keep money.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a good thing to invest because okay, you're going to probably take risks,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time you might improve or not improve, but increase your money,
Uh-huh.
your
Uh-huh.
yeah
Profit?
profit. Yes, so I think that it's yeah, the fact that you need to invest instead of not doing anything. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you have money,
Uh-huh.
invest.
Yeah. It's term yeah, it's better to just stand out and not doing doing nothing. Yes, time to invest now, right? How about Emmeline? What do you think about time to invest?
Um, I think you have to invest when you have extra money, and
Mm.
instead of just keeping that money in case of you need it, just reinvest it and maybe do a profitable use of this money.
Yeah, yeah. Emmeline, think about like when you have a lot of money, why you just keep it just in the maybe like in a jar? It's not in a bank. So make it profitable. maybe somewhere. So you have to think. Yeah. How about you?
Gain more profit and want to company is go up.
Yeah, it's been like, of course, as a CEO, gain more profit. Actually, profit may be from something like when invest, maybe do something like direct investment or indirect investment. For direct investment, for the company to grow, right? To more revenue, to more branch. Come back to you again. Whatever you want to say about time to invest. So I see. So you see, when you answer the first person, it's safer. Safe zone. Yeah. Okay. I help you. Where to invest? So another flow. Where to invest? Think as a CEO. Where to invest? You go to second question. Where to invest?
In the just a moment.
She don't want to go. I mean to throw the microphone to other. Not safe now. Yeah. The second question is where to invest in terms of you are the CEO. Or is make decision, right? Even time to invest, even what to invest, and even where to invest.
You first you have to think that where is your market will go up to invest in the two markets of your company.
Yeah, you think about probability to gain something from the market. I help you. But actually, I don't know, you are studying economics. You forgot to think about economic at all. You become a businessman. Of course, this subject is about economics for business. But when you become a business, you never thought back to the knowledge that you have studied. Thinking about economics theory. Where to invest? Of course. He said something about the market, maybe about market structure. Okay, you can go further to other person. Yeah, it's okay. It's about the market, right? She talk about yes, invest in terms of like where to invest in the it's a market where the company might earn something from that market. Where to invest? Think about economics theory. We study a lot about demand, supply, something like that.
Where invest to international market because I think yes, some people other country want something in my country, and I think that is when where I will invest.
Yeah. Again, because when you think, you better think in English, right? If you think in Thai, it's difficult to translate into English. You just think and dream in English. Where to invest? Of course, I would like to invest in the international market, the place that don't have our product, but they want. What does it mean? They want in economics theory. What they want? What does it mean? What should the jargon word? The economic terms.
Demand.
Yeah. So it means you invest in the market that have the demand, particularly maybe the big amount of demand from the international market that's seeking for our country product. Okay. Wow, more suffer and suffer. Where to invest? It's up to you. Whatever you answer.
Maybe invest in the different market, in the currency market
Yeah.
and stock market
Uh-huh.
and different company.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So yeah, he didn't think about the market, but he think about the type to invest. Maybe invest in financial stock, maybe invest in other company, buy some stock of that company that is, you can heard some guy that rich from buying stock from other company. So you can, you can say more. I know that you said, would like to say something, just the name. Yeah.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah. He mentioned about Warren Buffett, the richest guy, right? He have a lot of, why he rich? He invests in many stock of many company, right? Okay. So, okay. So how about Amin? Where to invest?
I would invest in a sustainable
Yeah.
business, and so it means that the company respect the, as we said, like people and planet, and making a lot of profit as well, so I can earn a lot of money and be respectful to the environment.
Yes, and the reason behind that is not just the demand of the people to buy you more, but you think about the planet, maybe save the world, right?
Yeah.
To more sustainability. So maybe in your term, you become more like, yeah, we have to think another issue is not just the profit to invest. You have to think about another impact, influence to the society, maybe to the planet, and maybe to the public people for the sustainability. And how about Amelie? It's just, sorry, yeah.
So it depends if I'm considering it as a person or as a manager. So if I had to invest for myself, I will invest in something sustainable, maybe in land or rent. I don't know. But as a firm, like as a manager, I will invest in my own firm in order to like dedicate more capital and increase like the efficiency and then the profit.
Yeah. For Emmeline, believe that, yes, maybe for my personal decision, it's easy. I might save the world. But when in terms of the company, maybe you have to think about people that you have to take care in the company. So Emmeline said she will invest in her own company. When you invest in your own company, you can have more, maybe machine, more robot, more efficiency. So different person have different reason to invest. Before you invest, you have to make decision, right? That's why I asked you at the beginning. But most of the people think about growth, think about benefit, think about the positive way to invest, right? But when you invest, you expect the growth, but in the realistic, the outcome is will be the growth or maybe other thing. As mentioned before, because Emmeline already taught us about uncertainty and risks. But if we didn't study about risks and uncertainty, we just believe that whenever you invest, you get benefit, right? But in the real world, it's difficult to just say when you invest, you get benefit or the profit. But anyhow, in this slide or this session, we believe that we have a perfect knowledge, a perfect information. So when make a decision is have the certainty situation. So it means we assume that we are very perfect person. We are a CEO who have a lot of information. So you sure in the situation to ask the certainty situation, right? This is the assumption at the beginning of this slide and this session. So when you're making decision, okay, come back. I just want to ask, when you're making decision, what factors that you use for making decision to invest or not invest? What criteria, what factors you think in mind to invest or not invest? For example, another option, before we talk about food restaurant, right? In other country. So about what should we do during this time? Okay. How about having your own e-commerce site e-commerce, for example, selling the thing like you develop, investing to develop the e-commerce site for your product, selective product. For example, what kind of product for selective? The cosmetic product. So I give you the case, for example, that you have a money, you have a business already. It's a Thai firm, local Thai firm cosmetic product. And then you have to think about to invest in selling through the web around the country and around the ASEAN or around Asia. Will you invest or not? What factor make you think will invest or not invest? What factor? You just answer whatever you thought. Understand what I'm asking you? I set the assumption you are the Thai owner company. You are the co-founder of the cosmetic of Thai company. I ask you to invest or not to set the e-commerce site to selling your cosmetic product around the world. What factor make you invest or not invest? Okay. Just are the factors. What the factor to make you invest or not invest? Just answer by your perception first. What factors? Or maybe other people would like to answer. You can. Amin can help first. Yeah, yeah.
I would check if the health of the company means that if they have a good financial situation, and also if they are in good position in the market, it means that if the competitors are not too strong for the company I want to invest in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you look into yourself about financial position. You have enough money? Because when you investing thing, you need money. Even invest for e-commerce site to sell abroad, or you have to do, and also the market demand, the factor of the market demand. So what you just answer what you are feeling.
Question again, please.
Yeah, the factors that you think before you invest in the e-commerce website for Thai firm, cosmetic firm to sell abroad. Yeah, it's
The factor. Maybe I will think about the community.
What?
I should think that I have the community around ASEAN or something to sell my products to improve that my product is the good thing from my local to another country.
Yeah, her factor is very nice, right? Is very kind person, not just like ability of herself, not just the market demand, but she think that her product can solve the community problem or not. Maybe her cosmetic is about like, I'm not sure, maybe like the cosmetic for wrinkle, right? The lady when have a wrinkle, very sad, but her product is very good. So she think about make a good service or good product to serve. So maybe another issue for the factor to make decision to support society. Okay.
Opportunity of the product to send to another country. Maybe it have a problem when I send
Transfer. I mean transportation.
transport.
Transport.
I prefer a transport. It's on time to consumer.
Okay.
Or not.
The factor she think about, is it possible or opportunity cost or maybe some loss or maybe some threat. When you selling in the web, it's quite easy. But in the realistic, you have to logistic, you have to distribute the product, right, to your consumer. So your factor is think about, is it okay for us? Your ability to do some logistic or maybe distribute your product to the time, on time, in time to the customer need. You think about the the problem is might happen. Maybe the quality of the logistic firm that you choose. Okay.
In my factor, I think so. We do in the e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
It mean that mean it's cover around the world.
Yeah.
I think this case is will gain more revenue and
Uh-huh.
gain more profit.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. He think about profit because more customer around the world. So it's like positive thinking, right? Profit. Yes, of course, it's the bottom line and the first bottom line of the business, right? Yeah, it's okay. It's just the revenue, how much you can sell, the profit, and about the cost, about the return that you invest. You talk about the money, right? That you will gain about Emily.
So
Yeah, it's you see when the last person is quite different. Yeah, but it's just
difficult.
to you.
No, but I agree with everyone. Like
Yeah.
you need to invest in something you believe in.
Yeah. So the factors that you before you make decision to invest or not, what the factors? Profit or
Yeah.
maybe ability or something else.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, if you can do it, like if you can afford to do it, and if you can do it also, but it's has to be something, yeah, that said that you believe it, and you you can like not only devote money but also devote yourself to take care and to follow the evolution of your investment. So it don't have to be just a random thing. It has to be something you like and you believe it, and you think it's good for you and yeah, for the society, and maybe in help. For example, you can invest in medical research, and so it's not probably not going to bring you money, but it will help like the social health and the society in general.
Yeah, yeah. It's Emily said in term of, yeah, it's kind of holistic perspective. Of course, everybody answered the factor, and she said she do agree, right? She agree with that, and we have to think also the social issue. So when the theory said, look into the theory, what does it mean for the theory? Theory said when you're making decision, you have to rest on the balance between the perceived about the quantitative and qualitative factors. What is the quantitative factor and what is the qualitative factor? You remember you already answered the factors when you make decision. What factor? What is the quantitative factor and what is the qualitative factor? Of course, quantitative is can easily measurable, right? Yeah. For example, you measure about profit. How much? What about money that again, right? And somehow it's quite difficult. You think about your strength, your ability, right? Or even you right? She said about society, right? Yeah. She said about society. How you measure society? Maybe it's term of qualitative, right? How about you? You talk about transport. When you talk about the difficulty of transportation, maybe you think about cost. So maybe easy to measurable. It's easy. So maybe quantitative factor, maybe qualitative. For Emmeline, she said, yeah, overall. Of course, the last person have to say overall, right? For the overall or holistic view, we have to look both factor, quantitative like profit, cost, and also some kind of return on investment. or have to think about the qualitative factors that is difficult to measure. And you have to balance. What does it mean, balance here? Yeah, you have to balance, not just think about profit. That is just the number. You have to think about the thing that is difficult to measure. Particularly, I like it, right? You said, I will invest what I like. You remember about passion. What passion? How can you measure the passion you have? So you have to balance about quantitative and qualitative. That is the very important. So qualitative is very nature and very subjective. It depends on the investment person, right? For example, maybe you like very much to uh, invest in portfolio investment, or we call indirect investment. But maybe she very familiar with the investing in her family business by direct investment. So the subjective is up or depend on the investor, right? So we show first the quantitative factors. Quantitative factors. So what is mean appraisal? Appraisal. It's kind of evaluation. How to evaluate? Yeah. How to evaluate this investment? For example, your investment have two choice or two project. One project have the e-commerce website for or e-commerce thing about your cosmetic product around the world. Another project may be for investing by like just producing and let other companies sell for you, like you are only OEM. You know OEM, right? Right. So maybe you have to think or to decision to make, like to option to projects. So you have to evaluate based on this quantitative. The quantitative may be payback. What does it mean, payback period? It means the years, the time that when, for example, you invest 1 million baht. It's just small number. Or actually, how many? Okay, if you invest 5 million baht, right? You invest 5 million baht. The payback period of 5 million baht. For example, the first year you got 1 million. The second year you got 2 million. The third year you got 3 million. How many years for payback for your investment, initial investment 5 million? 1 year is 1 million. The first year 1 million. The second year 2 million. The third year actually is not totally 3 year, right? It's about 2 years something. That is mean payback period. But actually we have a very specific formulation, equation for you to calculate. But I would like you to understand the concept first, right? So this is a quantitative technique for evaluate. So you have to think, yes, this investment project only 2 year and a half, for example, to pay back your 5 million baht back. That is a very simple one, but actually we have the equation and formulation to calculate. And how about average rate return? I don't know. You don't know. So we can look in the formulation again. And net present value. What does it mean, net present value? I mean, that I heard that, I know that, but I don't like that. Net present value is like you have to think about the money of today have the value, but the money for tomorrow, for example, the next year, the value is not the same, right? Because the time when it's in the future, you have to discount the money for the future value to become the present value. The way that I walk is mean 1 year further, you have to discount. They have a discount rate. For example, maybe discount rate is 10%. So you have to discount the value of the future money to the present value money. So that is a thing, not it's too difficult. And another one is the discount cash flow is the same to the net present value, but think about cash flow. Cash flow is mean the cash flow out and flow in, and the net cash flow, and then you discount into the present time. That is a concept. Don't be worried. But the thing that everything you easily calculate. Why? We have a lot of equation, you have a lot of software, even you have a application in your smartphone. You can put the number that you estimate or you forecast about sale volume in the first year, sale volume in the second year, sale volume in the third year. When you forecast, you believe that you are very good estimate. You having a good estimate technique. So you think that we're pretty sure, I'm very certain in the certainty situation. That is the first assumption. So for the first year, I invest 5, right? Now initial 5 million. For the first year, I will get 1 million. The second year, I will get 2 million. And the third year, I will get 3 million. So that is you forecast and you are very sure that it's certainty. And then you calculate back into the net present value. And if the net present value is positive, more than 0, yes, it's good. I invest, how many million I invest? 5 million, right? And 5 million, I gain a lot, more than 5 million. So it's good to invest. So you just think about number. That is a quantitative thing. But qualitative factors, very important. So you need to balance. For example, this project is very good in terms of money, in terms of only 2.5 years, you can get back your money, and your investment is positive. For example, you investment 5 million baht, and you can gain for net present value is 2 million baht. Wow, it's wonderful. But you have to think about if you shoot this project. For example, you remember you have 2 projects. One project is what? Open the e-commerce website. The second project is OEM. It means you don't have your own brand. So you have to think about your reputation. You just produce for some other people to sell in a market, but you don't have any brand. You just have the money. Maybe you don't have your own identity. You just produce and produce according to their what? Their want. So you have to think about 2 things, not only money. Does it mean qualitative factors? So how about like another thing, another case, for example, you have 2 machines to invest. One machine is very good in terms of the price, but another machine is not good in terms of price, but it's good in terms of take care the environment. This machine can, I mean, can manage the pollution of the water pollution or the air pollution. So you have to balance of the number of quantitative factor and qualitative factor. So we better look into the qualitative factors. So I don't want to mention in detail why to invest, because You already answer, right? Why to invest? Where to invest? For why to invest, maybe invest to grow, invest to increase your capacity of your production. Maybe your company have this machine. Your capacity may be this amount. So you would like to sell more around the world by the internet. You better buy new machine to increase the capacity of your machine to produce cosmetic product. And also maybe in terms of economic of scale, you remember, right? If you can have some more product that you can sell more, you can produce more. When you produce more, you can gain some economy of scale to reduce the fixed cost, right? That is the why to invest. So this slide I like it very much. I don't know, some people don't much think about qualitative factor. So I better thank you for mind map of this website that I bring from the UK website. Mention about when making decision, you have to think both quantitative and qualitative and balancing. Most of the time, people investing thinking about net present value, thinking about payback period in terms of quantitative, but never thought about qualitative factors. So today, before we go further to quantitative factors that I do believe your friends will present in detail about net present value, about payback period, about internal rate of return that you have heard about IRR. But I prefer to present you guys about qualitative factors that may be left out from the CEO thought. Yet just thinking about in terms of profit and cost and efficiency, but never thought about some issue about your strength, your ability, and about the society and the holistic view. So look into here, qualitative factors. What do you think about this? What does it mean to what? I think Amin already answered, right? So you answer about your strength. When you, yeah, strength of money, right? The strength of money the company have. When you decide to make a decision to invest, you have to think about what is your strengths. Maybe strength in terms of financial strengths, or maybe you would like to do that, but you don't have expertise or skill about logistics, how to manage to distribute the product to, I mean, on time, right? That the customer wants. Maybe the lead time for distribute your product to around the world, you don't have expertise, you have the weakness, right? And also you have to think about opportunity. I remember some people said about opportunity to around the world. Yeah, right? He said about opportunity in terms of qualitative factors. Because if you not sell, somebody might sell the cosmetic around the world, right? So how about the threat? Who mentioned about the threat? Don't you forget? She mentioned about threat, right? Because she said maybe the transportation is not good efficiency of that country comparing to those location that country. So you have to think about the threat when you have the e-commerce site. And how about how to say scalable? I mean, in each country have the ratio of person to connected to the internet differently, right? For example, Thailand maybe have this internet usage comparing to some Western country maybe this level. So you have to think about the threat of the virgin market that cannot connected to the internet thing. So when you're selling abroad, maybe the threat of the connected of different market have different ratio or different rate, right? How about HRM? What does it mean, HRM? Can you guess? Yeah, why you have to think about human resources management? Yeah.
As
for investing decision.
as we said, we need nowadays we need to pay attention about people when we are working or when we are building a business. So human resources management is this way. You need to focus on people you are working with because your business cannot be successful without any people.
Yeah. During this time, we are in the what society? Aging society, right? A lot of
Oh yeah.
elderly person who, I mean, comparing to the young guy, cannot work very hard, right? So, yes, you would like to expand your company to sell around the globe, but you have to think about how about your employee? Do your employee, I mean, can survive to work very hard, or maybe you cannot have number of employee because during this time a lot of company have the e-commerce thing. You have to think about the human resource management issue also, right? And also the issue of the welfare of the human resources. Do remember about the factor of production? Have four things in the economics theory. Factor of production. Don't you remember? One, the factor of production. Come on, guy. The first one, factors of production.
Oh, labor.
Yeah, labor, right? Labor, land, right? Capital and entrepreneurship, right? So don't forget that we study economics. We have to think things like related to economics, right? So the land is about natural resources, but the labor is also a big issue, right? Because it's limited resources. How you manage. So when you make decision of investing, you have to think about human resources management also. And what is about pest? What does it mean pest? Yeah. How about pest?
First is political, environment, social, and
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah, she says something technology. Oh yeah, okay. Come on, guy. She is very nice. She look into this like, of course, she can answer everything.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I made a mistake actually. I said
Yeah,
environment.
but actually, economics here is covered into environment and also ecology.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I know
because like pest here, sometimes you have heard about pastel. Pastel have the not only the political, also have the legal and the law, right? So that is beyond the P. And how about E? Maybe just not only economic and also ecology and also like environment. Yeah. And what do you think about why when you invest you have to think about pest? Why we need to care? Why don't we just care about the profit? Why don't you care just only the number? No, it's not a pest. You think about PET pest. It's not an animal that you feed in at home, right? The pet here is just the how to say it's just the easy word for you to memorize things. So I ask the question, why when you make decision to invest or not, you need to think about qualitative factor, particularly pest, not pets. I said the same as him. No, pest or pastel. Why? Come on, guy, give me some your your thought. Why you as CEO? Why you need to care pest?
because it gives you a good idea of how the company works. It's pretty general, so you have like you can know a lot of things about it. Like economic, in terms of finance, in terms of accounting, blah blah blah. Well, political is more about
Yeah. When you answer in the exam, you cannot say blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Come on, it's okay here, but
Yeah.
be careful when you write or typing for your exam. You cannot say blah 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 blah.
But when I
Yeah, no, I understand.
when
I'm
it
just
comes to
kidding.
finance,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I don't really like it.
yeah.
So social, yeah, like it gives you the main idea of the company, how it works.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, you just take care for the payback period. You remember? Yes, it's payback period for 2.5 years. Yes, its net present value is positive. Yes, again, I like for internal rate of return is 20%. It means you invest 100, you can earn 20% at the end of the year. The figure is very positive thing for you. But when you invest, you never think about the political. Maybe the government don't allow you to do that. They have some regulation, or maybe it's not matched with the culture, or maybe technology. This technology will gone in a few years. So maybe it hurt you because you never analyze the qualitative factors. That is very important. So because like when you investing, particularly when you invest, for example, he love to invest for the indirect investment for the portfolio. Most of the time at the first, I mean not today. Before when we investing, you just use the technique or maybe the calculation for about IRR, internal rate of return should be like positive, maybe 20%, 25%, right? You have to think about number alone. We call quantitative factor, but today cannot. Maybe you remember about externality. You remember about social cost, right? So you have to think about qualitative factor. That is very important. Particularly this one. This one. During this time, very, very important for the social issue, right? Maybe you're investing might, how to say, for example, you would like, you know that this product is very profitable. For example, the cost is here, but the margin is very big. But this product may be not good for society. I will not say what product, but it make people more unconscious, more crazy, right? But if you just think about the profit, you might hurt society, maybe have a lot of accidents because when people consume this product, they unconscious. They drive and then maybe they have some accident. Not only the driver, maybe hit some other people. So you have to think about social also. The social is not just the culture, is a lot of things related to customs, to the thing like cultural values of the country. Each country have different values. Some country believe in seniority, about the people, older people, like seniority. So you have to think about how about technological issue? Do you need to think about that when you investing? Technology. Yeah. Could you give some example? Yeah, please.
If a company has, if the company is a digital company, for example, and sells things by internet, and if the company has problems with customer linked to the safety of the internet payment, or internet payment, of course it's really bad for the company, for the reputation of the company. So it's bad to invest in a company that has a really bad reputation.
Yeah, sometimes, this project, for example, you have to use the new technology because it's the trend. of the digital era, and people very personally and love to stay at home, stay in the beach, and go to the mountain everywhere, but they can connect it to the internet or something like that. But the project that you need to invest, the internal rate of return at the beginning, or the payback period, or the net present value at the beginning might be minus or the negative. If you just think about quantitative, you say no, we will not invest in this project. But you think in the term of reputation, in the term of technology in the future, right? So you might invest in this project. Actually, we have a case. You have heard about Kodak company, right? About digital camera, right? Maybe at the beginning of digital camera, the Kodak might think about the quantitative issue or quantitative factor. Maybe at that time, maybe the quantitative issue, quantitative factors, the number of the profit may be not good. But if you think about long term, about technology trend, about digital, you might change your decision. So you better think about technology issue also, right? So that's why I really like this one, this picture. It can, how to say, it can remind you, don't just think about quantitative factors when you're investing, right? And how about this? I think Amin already mentioned, right? What does it mean? Public image. So maybe, yeah. Magic microphone. So we can give to magic microphone. Who got this microphone can speak. You can see Emily. Yes. So just give example. What the publicity and public image. When you invest, why you need to think about this factor?
Because you need to think about the public opinion. It's very
Yeah.
important. Like, for example, I'm thinking about Volkswagen. And a few years ago, like, there was a scandal because they cheat on the motor, and
Mm-hmm.
they were not respecting the environmental law, and the public image of the brand deteriorates so bad. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's when you invest, it's important to think about your image and what people will think
Yeah.
if you are like a public person.
Yeah. So very important during this time, right? Because it's not just investing for make you feel like you I mean, it's not a fake one. Be careful. Somebody think that the image is the fake one. The fake one is mean you try to be good. No, no, no. This one is mean like when you invest, you have to think about the externality. What the externality cause is mean. Sometimes it's good in terms of profit, but sometimes it's hurt the society, and then will hurt back to your public image, right? For example, how about like, okay, you are in a city, I mean your company in a city, and you are not investing and take care environment. Maybe your machine is too old and it's very noisy, and your before your factor is far, I mean not in a area of the people, but like in many country, when they have the road or the street, the traffic come and the housing come, and then the housing around your factory before not have a problem, but now have a problem of the image of your company, because maybe your noisy machine might hurt to the society. I mean, it's very noisy. So you have to think a lot of the thing about publicity and the public image. What do you think about? Can you see? I don't know that you notice or not, but sometimes like in Thailand, we have the publicity of the company post onto the bridge when you crossing the road, and have the walking crossing the bridge, and have something like this company do something for the society. It's kind of investing something and think about public city and public image, right? So this one now is become very important. How about here? Long-term survival. When you investing thing, you have to think long-term survival. Can you give example? What does it mean, long-term survival? Of course, you have to think not only today. How long you can survival for this investing? For example, can you give some examples? I mean, can give example about what issue you have to think about long-term survival when you investing?
Um, yeah, as we said before, the company has to be sustainable. So to be sustainable, it has to respect a lot of really different things like the environment. Also, the company has to be really healthy in terms of finance. It has to avoid any bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my examples.
Yeah, the survival is mean both survival by insight. Survival by insight is mean you have money, you have financial to survive for conducting a lot of things, and also maybe survive in the environment. Maybe you are a good financial, you have a lot of money to invest, but the market demand is gone. For example, DVD, right? Maybe you have money, you have knowledge, but you cannot have a long-term survival because the market is gone. Because, like for example, about digital camera, I do think now it's gone. Because where? Where is digital camera? It's smartphone, right? Before I remember when I study, I always use a very small recorder. And I ask professor, can I record your teaching, right? And when I study in in 1994, when I asked professor, can I record your voice? He said no. Why? Can you guess why? I study in the US and my professor is very conservative. And when he speak, when he taught, he not use microphone. He not use microphone. And he just speak like this in normal voice. Can you guess why his strategy? He don't allow me to record. He not use the mic. What his strategy? And he not have the material. Yeah.
To keep his own knowledge. I don't know. He doesn't want to share that
maybe,
much.
maybe. It means he not show explicit knowledge. But what I thought is when I'm not use microphone, I use my natural voice. You are very concentrated to what I'm saying. And if I'm not hand out you anything, right? You are very concentrated to note down. You cannot seek my knowledge at all. You have to come to the class and listen to what I taught. That is a strategy. I think it's very nice strategy. But during this time, you can study around the globe. Even I'm not teaching you, you can learn on your own. But we come here to discuss. That's all, right? Because for economic, for business, I do believe you can study on your own. A lot of knowledge in the maybe from what? From the website, maybe from the YouTube, maybe from the blog, and maybe from some other professor, right? For example, we record here, we showed like our discussion, and maybe some other school prefer to study from us so they can learn by their own. This is a new chance, a new chance. So the long-term survival, I do believe in the future, maybe professor maybe cannot survive because maybe have another robot because robot can memorize a lot of things and robot can do everything in the future and you can learn from robot and even like I don't know I even thought like in the future they have this kind of the scanner, right? And when you walk through this scanner, you have a lot of knowledge. It's very fast to learning thing. Just not come and learn and study. I think in the future, professor is dangerous for the career because maybe the robot, right? You have heard that in China, they're launching the demo of the robot for like testing for the to become a doctor. Have you heard that? Wow, in China market, they can innovate or produce the robot. This robot can pass the exam to become a doctor student, right? And then, so in the future, this robot can recommend the doctor and even can answer your problem. So when you go to see the doctor or physician, what do you do? What did you do? You tell the doctor, right? This is my symptom, this and this and this. And then the doctor got the symptom and then evaluate and then do some treatment and give you some medicine. So the knowledge is have a big memory in the physician or doctor memory, right? But the robot have very big capacity for memorizing, and now they can produce the robot. So I think the career of the how to say professor career may be difficult in the future also. So, so you in the future, your daughter, your son may be learning with the robot, not a professor. And how about this stakeholder? This is maybe the last slide, and then next time we will let your friend talking about quantitative. I do believe your friend not talk about this. Your friend always talk about net present value, right? Payback period, internal rate of return, right? It's just quantitative factors, right? For the stakeholder analysis, what does it mean? Stakeholder. Stakeholder. Why company need to think about stakeholder before investing? Yeah. What is stakeholder? Yeah.
Stakeholder are the people who have invested in the company.
That is
And a
called stock.
shareholder.
That is a
Yeah.
shareholder.
Stakeholder is
This
all the
stakeholder. Yeah. Why we have to take care and think about this person when you investing? Yes, you can answer first. So everybody have to answer, and then we can leave the class for this session. Yeah. I'm gonna leave first.
What is the question again, please?
Yeah. The question is, you remember this? When we make a decision for investing, we're not just thinking about quantitative factors. We all have to think about qualitative. But for the qualitative, the last one is stakeholder.
Okay.
So I show you this is stakeholder. So why CEO have to think about this guy?
Because when you have a company, like
Yeah.
you are a CEO of a company, maybe
Mhm.
you have to run the company,
Mhm.
but this is not only about your personal interest.
Yeah.
You have to satisfy everybody
Yeah.
and the employee because they are doing the job, so they have to love their job.
Yeah.
The shareholder because it's their money.
Yeah.
We need their money.
Uh-huh.
The manager, yeah, they are working for the company, so they must be supportive too.
Mm-hmm.
The environment because like it's part of the social issue you have to take into account, and so as the local community. The supplier because like they also have an impact of the company, and you have to be in good term with your supplier. Government also have an impact of the company, and consumer because everything is about consumer and satisfying the consumer.
Like this guy, very important, and it's very difficult to measure in terms of quantity, right? It means they are satisfied or not, or maybe have some regulation from the government. So you have to taking account to all these issue in terms of qualitative factors before you investing. So I do believe that your friend will talk in detail about quantitative factor for the next session. So for today, I think we I mean, more carefully thinking about qualitative factors when you making decision, when you become manager, when you become CEO. That is very important. So when you think about this issue, be careful because it's difficult to measure and very subjective to you. And when you make decision, you always assume that you are in the certainty circumstance or certainty situation. But in the real world, that Emerin said, it's not just that. They have the risk situation and uncertainty situation. But we have a good news that if you try to transfer from uncertainty to risk is situation to certainty, you need information, you need knowledge, so then you can easily make decision. So for today, I think our discussion and sharing knowledge to society is, I think, and we think that is might beneficial to not just us and also to people who watching this video. So thank you very much. See you next time, right? Okay, thank you. Bye. So say bye to our friend. Yeah. Bye.